you brought up a great point. And just to piggyback off what D, what you were saying earlier, it's crazy. I listened to that constant word you keep reiterating is the community and building up our community and building up our community. And I think just something you said, go into the mud. Like you want to go down into the mud. Like it's cool to deal with what's clean and what's pristine, but when you go down into the mud and getting down into the mud, the root of it, when I think about our community, it's so deep. Just mentioning, just talking about what you talked about, Harp, about a brother feeling inadequate in his ability to read, to read something off of a page, something that we know is something the first thing we get taught. Once we get out of kindergarten, we get in the first grade, they teach us how to trace our first letter. And we think we got to think back to where did the disconnect happen in that brother's life, to where he lost or he was stripped of the value of what it is to be able to read a word. And then D, you spoke to something earlier, D, where you said I might not know all the right words to say. And when I heard you say that, it brought me back to just how we articulate. You know what I'm saying? The degree, the extent of our vernacular. What vocabulary, the magnitude of our vocabulary. Like you think about these things, and it's like it goes so deep when we say touch and reach our community. It is suffering from a different place. Forget the economic status, forget the geographical status, where they come from or who they live among. It goes so much deeper than that, and it touches on what you said earlier, what's going on in the home. Because there are a lot of broken down foundations in the breaking. We're talking, I'm not talking cinder block big, we're talking down to the finest grain that is broken down. So we got to start there. You got to start, don't start at the piece of the rock that's big enough for you to pick up. Start at the piece of the rock that's big enough for you to just lift your finger and stick to it, to have it stick to your finger. You start there, and right there at the first chip that's broken off, there's value in that piece that's broken off. Because if it's 99.9%, it's not 100. So that means you still don't have all of it. You still got to go back and get that 0.1% because it's valuable. There's a value in that one speck that's broken off. And when you're speaking about our community and our brothers, there's a sense of insecurity. There's a sense of inferiority where you're strong enough to sell drugs and bust a gun, but you're not strong enough to stand here to go and walk into a classroom and be taught and have someone say, maybe let me help you. I see that this is a troubling area. Let me assist you. We got our brothers and sisters that hear the words help and assist and can I, if you allow me to. They hear those things and they're troubling to them. Those words are troubling. I don't need no help. I don't need your handout. I don't need you to get out my business. And these things are troubling to them, as opposed to looking at it as, I don't want to be in your business. I'm not trying to help you because I pity you. I'm trying to help you because I see the potential that I know you have. Because when I see you, I see me. When I see you, I see me. And I see myself. And I see my sister. And I see my niece and my nephew. We all reflect. You know that ongoing stigma. They think we all look alike. And you know how sometimes we used to get offended by that. They just think we all look alike. We don't all just look alike when they're throwing us on the wall. We don't all just look alike when we get thrown in jail. What if we took that mantra and we flipped it? What if we said, you know what? We do look alike. So exactly how I would love myself, I should love you. When I see you, I do see you. All right. When I see that sister, I do see you. When I see you, sister, I see my sister. If we looked at each other like that, then when they turn around and they say, you all do look like, we can say, you damn right we look like. That's why we take care of each other. As if we are one person. If we did that, we take care of Thursdays. This is Preaching Thursdays. Go ahead, brother.